The Swiss company, the Electricianz, are known for their fun, unique watch designs, always featuring a small dial inside a larger dial, and the Crypto edition is no different. The theme continues across the entire watch, including the case and the strap. I'll show it all to you right now on WatchWit. Hey, great to have you here. I'm Wit, and this is the Crypto edition from the Electricianz, a Swiss company, and Swiss design here as well. Let me get into the specs, and then I'll give you my likes and dislikes on this unique quartz watch. There's a stainless steel case, and there's a bit of PVD going on, and a nylon sheath for this design pattern. But it's not soft to the touch. This feels like the PVD. You can't scratch it or anything. It's not soft material. And it features a K1 hardened mineral crystal with anti-reflective coating, and it's got a UV reflective printing on the underside, as you can see there, that grid pattern. And this has got to be at least 2 millimeters thick. This is running a Miyota 9033 quartz movement combined with an in-house patented module. It's got the latest and newest generation of LEDs, 5 of them inside there, wrapped around that inner small dial. Now, in order to get the juice to run those LEDs and the movement at the same time, you've got 3-volt lithium batteries inside. And then those are converted to 1.5 volts for the movement by the internal watch system. There's about a 2 to 3 year battery life without using the light, but that's not going to happen, right? Use it 3 times per day, you'll get about 20 months out of these batteries. The stated accuracy of this movement is plus or minus 20 seconds per month. I clocked it over just about 40 days and came in at plus 0.3 seconds per day. All right, let me get you the measurements. Now, don't be scared. This comes in at 45 millimeters in diameter, but wait, it gets even scarier. I don't know where they got that number from because I measure 47 millimeters. But I will say it wears at least as small as a 45, maybe even like a 44. So again, if you're into big watches, you're gonna like this one, but just be warned that it doesn't wear as large as it is on paper. There's a lug-to-lug of 54.5 millimeters, 22 millimeter lug width for your straps. It's got a thickness of 13 millimeters, but some of that is the case back and the crystal. Just the watch case alone is 8 millimeters, and then you add a little bit for that bezel and the crystal, and of course the case back. And the watch weighs 89 grams on the supplied natural rubber strap. And more about the strap, you can see it's got a little bit of the theme carrying on to it, and then this pattern, which has got like this digital effect. And it's carried throughout the watch. It's got that pattern inside that inner dial and a little bit on the outer side as well. And of course, the watch case itself continues with that pattern. But back to the strap, you'll see that on the underside as well. It's got quick release spring bars, 2 floating keepers, 1 locked in place by nubs on the side of the strap. The tang and buckle are stainless steel with a gunmetal gray PVD coating, and you can see that tang is polished. The crown and pusher has got a little gunmetal gray PVD coating to it as well. Great knurling on this crown. It's 8 millimeters in diameter. It's got a flathead screwdriver appearance to it. And then the pusher has the ELZ logo on it. And of course that pusher is what activates the LEDs. The case back also has that gunmetal gray PVD coating to it in stainless steel with that pattern that's found throughout the watch embossed on the case back as well. It is a snap-on case back, 30 meters of water resistance. All right, time for my likes and dislikes. I'll give you the bad news first. So the first thing I want to mention is the seam on this case. So you can see here about the halfway point on the case, there just has that line there, that seam. And it's visible on each side, though not as prominent here where the crown and pushers are. It blends in a little more. So I don't know if that line is happening from the PVD or this water application of the graphic process, or if it's the original case that just didn't get sanded down. But I think it's a touch that doesn't serve it well as far as like attention to detail. And then the next thing is only a 30-meter water resistance rating. I would love to be able to take this thing swimming. You know, this is kind of watch that could be a, you know, just an everyday wear, even though it is just more of a fun piece. I'd just love to see a little more water resistance rating. And then the third thing I'll mention is the handset. I wish they would have gone ahead and loomed those. Now it does have the UV reflective printing on the tip of the hour hand and the base of the minute hand, which is cool for, you know, daytime reading because that pops out at you nicely. But I just would have loved to see at night having a little bit of luminescence there so you don't have to push the button, which is super bright at night, right? So it would have been cool to have some lume on that handset. But the trade-off is you do have better daytime legibility with that UV reflective printing, because that green is much brighter than any kind of lume tip would be. Now for my likes. Man, this is just a cool, unique watch. I mean, the design theme here, it just carries on to every square inch or millimeter of this watch. I mean, the crypto pattern, you know, on the dial there, on that inner dial. You see it on the case. You see it on the strap. You see it on the case back. It's everywhere. They just totally stayed in character, and I think it's done really nicely. And one of the most unique features about it has got to be this UV reflective printing on the underside of that crystal. It adds this grid pattern here that, again, carries on that theme. You just get this cyber feel to it. And I'll mention that while it looks a little obtrusive on camera, you've got to know that in person, and especially outdoors, it almost disappears. It doesn't hamper legibility at all. You can see from a distance here that it's just about 230. And while it appears really green when you're up close to the dial like this, it actually has a more of a fainted brown or tan color to it in natural light. And while we're talking about it, I love this crystal. Man, look at that anti-reflective coating. It's got gobs of blue tint on there, and it does a good job of, again, being able to see that smaller inner dial. And I just love that beveled edge here where you can see the green continue on. I mean, look at that. Look at that matrix effect, huh? That just looks so cool, that beveled edge and that really deep, thick K1 mineral crystal. And I love this strap. They claim it to be natural rubber. It's got a nice soft feel. It's not as silky as silicone and not quite as dense as FKM, but it's got a great feel to it, and there's a little bit of breathability, and it fits the overall look of the watch. Again, from a distance, it kind of just appears as a black strap, but if you go in close, you see all the detail on it. And they included quick release spring bars, so it's very easy to throw various straps on this, and you'd be surprised. This watch head looks great with other straps. If you stay in the color scheme, I think it does a good job of kind of toning down the theme a little. If you don't want to go all out crypto edition, you know, you can just keep that watch head to be the busier part and tone it down a little with a different strap. And another favorite, of course, is going to be those LEDs. I mean, I am push button happy on this watch, and I am going to have like a 3-month battery life. You know, if you're a fan of Timex Indiglo or you're just a lume lover, etc., this is some super bright LED action, and it looks great. And of course, it's got that green to match the crypto theme. So the crypto edition from the Swiss company, the Electricianz, runs about $325 US, and there's free shipping 3 to 6 day via FedEx, and a 2-year warranty. And, of course, you can pay with cryptocurrency. Hey, if you got time to watch another video, why not check out this one? I'll see you over there. I'm Whit, with so many watches, so little time and money.